As we teach virtually, let's talk about the burning question. Camera on or camera off? Camera on or camera off? Let's keep the camera on just for right now. So here's a few things to consider on that subject. First of all, forcing kids to have the camera on is more about compliance than whether we're concerned that they're participating in class. So it's kind of like your head down or not looking at me. So that's about compliance. So if we think about it as more of, I'm more concerned that they're paying attention versus whether their camera's off, we take it out of the compliance mode. The second thing to consider is demanding that your camera is on is, for some kids, just like having to stand up and do an oral report, and it's really difficult for them and they're more nervous about doing the report. And so consider that factor. The third thing to consider is kids with trauma and prolonged stress. For many people who experience this, research tells us that they have a very difficult time with their own image sometimes, and they'll spend more time really hyper-focusing on what they're seeing on the screen than actually focusing on the content that you're teaching. So that's something we really got to take into consideration. Another thing is that home environment really exposes vulnerability for kids who already struggle with vulnerability, and so they really don't want to show what's behind them, where they live, or be compared to other kids on the screen that maybe have this wonderful background that was set up by adults in their life. Some kids may even need to pace the room while you're doing a virtual class. And so would I rather have them pace the room in front of the camera back and forth and distract the entire class? Or should they shut their camera off and be pacing the room so they can keep themselves alert and able to pay attention better? If you're concerned with whether they are checking out, I'd probably schedule a one-to-one private meeting, maybe do a series of breakout rooms or whatever a platform you're using to see the kids one-on-one, to reassure that they are with the content and they haven't been off playing video games somewhere. And another thing you can do too is establish some sort of thumbs up on a regular basis that assures that they're not off playing video games somewhere and they're still actually present in the room. So what we want to do is be able to have that engagement without the power struggle. And I used to think that shutting your camera off was actually a refusal. And it is, but then what's behind the refusal? And if these are factors that are impacting their ability to keep that camera on, then what's behind that refusal is just their way of dealing with the situation. So when we think about it that way, we won't get into that compliance mode as much with the cameras. Give it a try. Let me know how it works for you. Send me some comments. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. I speak and consult on school behavior, and I love to help districts solve some of these problems. See you next time.